This is my completed cloth. I'm going to try and show you some of the work that I have done on it using the video on my camera, and so I hope I don't wave it around and it goes out of focus, etc, etc. On this panel, which is at the bottom, I managed to find some more silk, so I was able to put a pocket between the front and the back. There's some triangular applique, gimp, covered buttons, prairie points in that particular area. Moving across, this is one of the panels which has a rather large pocket in it. That's the one with the gimp drizzling over the top of it. I have padded appliques, half pockets and a half piece in the edge of the pocket. Beneath that is a padded seam, and I put buttons with cloth in between on the top to embellish it. Below that is a small panel which just has buttons and padded appliques. Moving up, I have another small piece which has 3 appliques on there made from silk broder anglaise, and that seam is covered with my puffed out emojis with the gimp coming out from the top. To the side of that is another pocket with pockets on top. That's the one where the gimp is coming out of the pink silk. There's the pocket top up there, and across from that is an orange half pocket with padded appliques, and you'll recognise the triangular shape and our rectangular shape, and I put plaited cord across mine. Above that is another small panel which has buttons, covered buttons in there with a half applique with tiny little prairie points coming out from the top. Moving across, this panel sort of features most of the work that we did on one particular occasion. So we have the pleated fabric cut out, the pleated fabric applique, some pockets, some half appliques with 2 different fabrics, a triangular shape and some Suffolk puffs on that particular panel. Above that is some prairie points, and along that seam I have padded out some white broder anglaise and put it in fabric cups. I didn't have the beads to do the method that Karen showed us. Moving across that seam, I embellished it with just some plain padded out broder anglaise. These are just some circles or half circles with another, this one here has a pocket in it, and then I have 3 pink silk appliques. Above this I made some more of the padded appliques in oval shapes, and moving across, this is a pocket which has prairie points at the bottom, and it has the large emoji padded shapes with the gimp coming out from the side. And up the top here I have a small panel which has some triangular padded shapes appliques, and across the top of my work on that top seam I created a lot of Suffolk puffs out of silk and just tied them down across the top. It's about the only edge that has any embellishment, as I'm sort of a minimalist person, so I didn't like to do the sides of my cloth. I like the way they are left without any embellishment, and the only other embellishment is the pocket between the front and the back at the base down here, and it's edged with buttonhole. Now I'm going to let you stare at the back of the couch while I turn the cloth over so we can have a look at what I did on the back. It's rather plain, and I rather like it, of course, because I did it. It is basically letters embroidered with some embellishments. This panel has 3 buttons, white cloth which has been embroidered on. I have some prairie points. I have other buttons. These are medium-sized buttons which have the same decoration as the larger ones. Then I have just some other appliques with a pearl button in that to look like the buttons. Just thought I'd try that out. My letters are embellished with some padded appliques. There's another pearl button, IE button, and across here I have cutouts amongst the lettering. And moving up, I have put a pocket here, which is a embroidered, it is actually broder anglaise with some lace. And then I have 2 tab pockets in this theme, the floral one, and then I have this one up the top, which is laying across the top of the couch. That's why it's sort of on an angle, which is just of some nice blue and white and yellow fabric. And then I just have some more lettering. This one I put half letters in a triangle and half letters in a circle over here. So it was all rather fun, and I did do a lot of the other embellishments but didn't put them on here. I have a linen bag which I'm going to put my cloth in, and I will use the other embellishments on the front of that bag. So yesterday I made a lot of the Chinese knots, which I rather liked, but I didn't have enough silk, so I used some other fabric, and it didn't really look any good on this particular nice silk that I was using. I found a very expensive silk Dupion, and it was beautiful to work with. Thank you, Karen. I have learnt so much. It's taken me back to my embroidery roots, where I learnt how to do chain stitch, etc., from my mum and from my grandma. So I'm looking forward to our next class. Thank you very much.